Welcome back for another top-notch video. This week, guys, we're talking about the April 5th through April 9th. As always on the top-notch channel, we talk about the Thrift Savings Plan, the TSP. We also talk about the Roth IRA and brokerage accounts. If that is something that interests you guys, please like, subscribe, or share. We're really close to that 500 mark. Would love to hit it on this video. Like I mentioned, we talk about the Thrift Savings Plan. We go over the C, S, I, and F funds. If you're in Roth IRA and brokerage accounts, we talk about the ETFs, IVV, VXF, EFA, and AGG. Now, what do those funds mean? This is the S&P 500. This is small caps. This is international markets, and this is bonds. Every week we do a very broad overview of where markets went, what they did, and then we go into a technical analysis, and then we show you guys on the Top Notch channel where we are allocated. Again, if that interests you, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's get right into the video for this week, guys. As always, we talk about the TSP Talk website. Great website. Definitely recommend you check them out. On this website, it shows where our stocks were for the week, month, and year. As you can see, for this week, guys, big week for the C fund and the I fund. The S fund was not as much, with the C fund leading or IVV leading for the week. Really, really well done. For the month, the C fund is leading, and for the year, the C fund is just a little bit behind that S fund overall, but that is very close. And guess where we're allocated on the Top Notch channel? In that C fund. So it's a very good place to be. In our broad scope overview, Tommy V does some comments here. He's got this one chart up here for IVV. I want to show you guys that he's got this trend line drawn in here which represents these higher highs, which is a positive thing. We broke that right in the beginning of April, had an open gap here, and then really just rocketed up here. Could see this come back down here to test this area or this line. Have not seen that yet. With that being said, let's move into our technical analysis and our charts. So the first chart we got is IVV. This is the C fund for you TSP users. As you can see with the month of April, we have that open gap like I showed you on the other chart. We have our trend lines drawn in here. These trend lines have been going ever since November. Really strong trend. Only hit this on the bottom trend maybe twice. Above all, our moving average. Look at this 200-day moving average here. Very high up. Doing a great job. On this chart, we're just reaching the top of this trend area when we have seen this in the past. 1, 2, 3. We see that charts do take a little bit of a breather, but we'll have to wait and see where things go from here. If we could break that trend line, that would be pretty incredible. Let's look at it on the technical analysis charts to see where things may be going. So here we have IVV or the C fund. Like I mentioned, the things we like to look at, a couple indicators to show you guys if we should be in or out of the funds. The first one we look at is the derivative oscillator. That is the green bars and the red bars here. When green is going down into red, price, which is here, tends to go down, and when red is going into green, price tends to increase. Okay, that's typically what we see. That's one of our indicators we look at. The other one we like to look at is the PPO line, which is the price percentage oscillator. That is this blue line, and the moving average, which is the red line. When blue is above red, price rises. When blue goes below red, price falls. So those are the two indicators we like to look at. We basically give you a stoplight, whereas you should not be in the fund. Red, yellow, kind of cautionary, and green, you should be definitely in this fund. We look at long-term charts and short-term charts. Let's get right into it for IVV. So as you can see here, guys, really positive sign for IVV. We might be at the top of that trend line on that other chart, but here on these charts here, we have two very positive signs for IVV. Long-term charts, this is an excellent entry point for IVV. We have the PPO line, that blue line, just crossed the red line. Price is reacting very strong here, and our derivative oscillator is green. The first bar green in here, very positive sign. Good move forward for IVV here. Very, very positive. Looking forward for a long-term buy in IVV. This is a green light fund. Let's look at it from a short-term chart. Short-term chart, things are just kind of cautionary as we have the PPO line above the moving average. That's a green sign. Our other sign here, which is our derivative oscillator, it is moving down a little bit. Price is still moving up, which is good. But look at this, guys. We went from 3.46 to 3.49 on that very last bar here. That is a positive sign. It could be a fake out here. So again, I would say that also is a green sign moving forward for IVV. This is a green light for the long-term charts, short-term charts. This is a good place to place your money, guys. Moving on to the next chart. This is VXF or the S fund. What are we seeing in the S fund or VXF? Oh, some very interesting things here. This could be a head and shoulders pattern. We have the left shoulder here, the head. This could be the right shoulder. Typically, that's not moving in the right direction there. We are right around these moving averages. I just don't have a very positive sign here for VXF or the S fund. Let's look at it from a technical analysis. So we look at the exact same indicators for this chart, the S fund. As you can see here, a lot of action going on with this chart as well. Our PPO line is below our moving average on these long-term charts. That is a negative sign there. We do have a positive sign here for our derivative oscillator. We were in negative 5.6 here, and now we're at negative 5.3. That is moving in the right direction, but that is a yellow sign and a red sign. Not the best place we have money, can have money based off of our other charts, what we saw with the C fund. So that's what I would say for a long-term chart for VXF. On a short-term basis, this chart is not doing as well either. Look at this. Ooh, very negative sign here. Positive here. Mixed signals. That is a yellow. Proceed with caution. I would go for the green charts, the green light charts, not necessarily these funds. Moving on to the next fund, which is EFA, International Markets. What are we seeing here with international markets? Look at this, guys. International markets have just kind of been bouncing since 2021, since 21, guys. Not a lot of price movement in here. Very underperforming fund compared to our other stock funds. Not doing the greatest. Looks like we could break up to the upside here. Let's see what it says on a technical analysis. Again, same indicators, long-term charts. What do we see for EFA? As you can see, positive sign here. Very good for the derivative oscillator moving into the green. Charts might react well there. Negative sign here for the PPO. Blue is below red there, so that is a red sign and a green sign. That makes it yellow. Proceed with caution. Long-term charts for EFA. Short-term charts for EFA, what are we seeing here? Ooh, look at this, guys. Positive sign for short-term charts. Just jumped up from 1.48 to now 1.79. That is positive here on the short-term charts for EFA. Short-term buys, short-term charts, good for EFA, international funds. Green light for that, but I'd be just cautious to play it on the short term because long-term charts are not there yet. Moving on to AGG or bonds. What are we seeing with this chart, guys? As you can see, with AGG, really struggled this year, guys. Ever since September, I say this every week, this fund is just taking it bad. It's not doing well. This fund is just struggling. If you have a balanced portfolio, this thing has really drug you down this past year. It looks like we're having a lot of consolidation here towards the bottom. That is positive, but we'll have to see it for the technical analysis portion. Same indicators. Let's look at long-term charts for AGG. Seeing some positive signs here. Derivative oscillator moving back towards the positive. Charts are starting to react to that. It is positive. The PPO line or the blue line is still way below the red. So that's a red sign and a green sign. That is proceed with caution if you were to get involved in that. I wouldn't recommend this fund just yet, but we'll give it a couple more weeks and see where we are at. Short-term charts for AGG. We are coming down here with our derivative oscillator. That's a negative sign. PPO line is up, so that's a positive sign. So we have a green and a red chart. That makes it yellow. Proceed with caution. It's just not there yet, guys. So overall for our channel, that is all of our funds. And if you can guess right, yes, the Top Notch channel is invested in IVV or the C fund because it is a green light chart for both long-term and short-term gains. We are looking forward to making more gains in the future. We are excited to be in this fund. We are excited to move forward. And that's it for this week, guys. Please like, subscribe, or share. If we hit 500 subscribers, please give us a shout out in our comments below. We're really looking forward to that. Again, that's another Top Notch video. We'll see you guys next time.